Hello and a warm welcome back to the WenDirkCast, episode 98, now getting ever closer to that 100th episode. Of course, myself, Jimbo, and Calvat as always, and we'll be discussing the latest MFL updates, transfers, developments, and so much more that has gone on over the last week or so, or when you listen to this right here, right now, on the 14th of July. One important note, none of what we chat about is financial advice. Do your own scouting or hire a director of Metaverse football. It's a new era of MFL, Calva. We've got so much to discuss on this episode today. But first of all, before we get into any of that, how are you? How was last weekend? How did you find it in Paris? And did you travel back home safely on the Sunday?
Yes, so I'm still kind of in the same holiday as I was in the Meetup, which is kind of an interesting... I'm kind of still in the same holiday vibe and mood. So I went from Paris to the Netherlands. For people watching, they can see this lovely new setup, which is my mom's kind of hobby room with all the sewing machines and everything.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm sitting right now. So also not the same mic and the same camera and everything, although it's not even so professional, but if people notice that. But for me, it's really funny that all those worlds are like kind of merging into one. So kind of the MFL became the IRL a little bit also. And yeah, it's so funny. Like now I've really seen you. This is the first time we record after we met and I saw you and we had breakfast and we shared the same shower. Well, not together in one time, but I mean the same. the room, right? Not well we're at the same time. But it's different, right? It's different, and I feel really excited after that meetup and after meeting everyone about MFL, and definitely now with this new big announcement. So it feels like a total new start.
Yeah.
Those two things together. So enough to talk about. Right?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
A lot to talk about.
Yeah, and I hope you all enjoyed the podcast we put out last week. Something different, technically different, visually different. You know, all of us sat around a table with different mics and things like that. But it was great to meet everyone in the community, meet the MFL team, and just the overall experience, really, of the whole event was phenomenal. So thank you to MFL for putting that on. And yes, Cav, we had our first meeting with each other after 2 years of the pod, nearly 3 years of knowing each other. And what an occasion it was. And hopefully it's not 2 years until we have the next meetup. I'm sure it won't be, but we definitely won't let that happen.
No, I think, we said this last time too, there was a lot of talk about, maybe an England meetup in Manchester, I heard, or like France meetup because of maybe Marseille, right? A lot of people wanted to have the Marseille. So I think this planted the seeds for a lot of like different smaller meetups everywhere. Yeah. And definitely because of this update, maybe also might see faster growth, and then we definitely need more meetups everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're gonna unpack that a little bit. So that's about the meetup, and you came back Eurostar straight from the Eurostar, went back to Twitch from the train to the the stream train. That's how I call it. Yeah.
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, it was streamed on the Monday and Wednesday, and the Wednesday was obviously the last match day of season 7, and it was a phenomenal stream. I think I started at 7:30, finished at about 11:15 local time. I think it was about 3.5 hours or so. We'd planned pre-stream to give away about 5 packs from members of the community that were really generous. We ended up giving away 36 packs on stream.
It's crazy. Where did it come from? All
Ron John, the goat that is Ron John, basically said, Jimbo, your two Wensum sides, the Wyverns and the Worms, however many goals are scored in each of your games, not just from my team, but the opponent's team as well, however many goals there are in each match, I will give away 50 to 54 rated common packs, like the upper band common pack for every goal, right? First game ends 2-0. 2-0 to the Worms. I'm like, come on then, we've got 2 packs to give away. The Wyverns play Profound Soda Cincinnati. They win 4-3, right? So that's immediately 9 packs.
Yes.
No, was it 4-3?
4-3 plus 2 is 9, right?
Sorry, 9. We'd already given away the 2 from the first game, so we had 7 packs to give away. And Ron John just goes, Jimbo, open up a poll on the Twitch. Do people want 750 to 54, or do we want 14 common reward packs? So I set it to a poll. Obviously, clear big winner. More packs, more fun, more chaos. We ended up giving 14 common reward packs. And then Lee came into the chat, gave away a pack. Zoota, Blades, I gave away, I think, 4 or 5 in the end. And it was absolute carnage. But it was a lot of fun to do. And it was amazing. A really, really great stream to finish off what has been an unbelievable season, MFL Season 6, really. I couldn't have asked for better.
Mental.
Mental. It was mental. And that's part of the fun, is the chaos of and at the moment, my mouse double clicks sometimes as well. So I click to go to the next winner, and it goes through 2 people. So we have to give away an extra pack. So maybe that's that's a bit more fun in that as well.
Yes, definitely. So let's talk first updates, and then the massive update, right?
The new era of MFL.
The new era. Yeah, or MFL 2.0. I think new era sounds more epic.
I like new era.
We can talk about it. So yeah, how was your end of the season with your 2 teams? Your moment of the week, or do you have maybe a specific moment?
The specific moment, short and sweet. The Espartales won their cup. So that's a huge season. They got relegated from Iron, but they won the cup. And if you add my cup winnings onto my league winnings, I earned the same as coming like 2nd or 3rd in Iron. So yes, you could argue, if you had just finished 5th or 6th in Iron, you would have won more than winning Iron with the cup win. But it doesn't make the relegation from Iron isn't as bad because of the cup win. And I prioritised the cup from literally the first match day in that group stage. So I'm glad I won that. And the Wyverns, it got a bit squeaky, If I had lost like 4-0, I was going into relegation playoffs. But it was one of those situations where if I lost badly and results didn't go my way, I could have dropped into 9th. But if I'd won quite considerably, I could have got 3rd. It was one of those where the league was super tight. First, the top 2 had gone, the bottom 3 had gone. But that middle was really congested. And it made it quite scary. And I was playing against Profound Soda, who has, on paper, the strongest team in the league. Mid-season, strengthening it with 87, 88 rated players, which just isn't fair in bronze for my little rare team. But we managed to beat him 4-3 and stay in the division. And that's all that matters. And then my Worms are playing in the playoffs today. I don't think they'll get very far because I'm playing against a Trusted Process side, which is rare for a Trusted Process side to be in the playoffs. But he's got a much stronger team than me, so I'm not really looking forward to it. There you go, Bosch. Decent season. I think I increased my rewards by 40% this season. There you go. Same amount of clubs, about 5 more players, and 40% more rewards. So I think it's been a successful season for Jimbo's agency.
So, yes, that sounds good. And you have another trophy, like some shiny trophies. So
exactly, shiny trophy.
Shiny trophies. That's also worth something, not just MFL. Great. Yeah, for me. Well, there's kind of the meme of my semi-stacked bronze team and everything, but it has a bit of a sour taste, This I wrote this in our agenda as like the tale of 2 seasons, because I have my 2 Polish sides from the city where I live right now and the city where I'm going to move to. And the Huzarsche Hollanderse from Poznan, that was kind of the stacked one with Dempsey in there. And a couple of Legos in bronze. And first they did super well, then they started losing. But then I just panicked a little bit. I don't know, I changed some things around. And we had super bad sequence of 5 matches. And that I kind of went to the 4th place. Then I was like, okay, let's go back to the classic tactic that works for my other teams. Just super kind of direct counter play with even a very strong side. And then after that, I won everything again. And as a result, I just ended 3rd. But I could have easily won the whole league. What I said, I probably semi-stack, I will get promotion. So on the one hand, it's great that tactic worked. On the other hand, I could have easily become champion if I just didn't, if I could have resisted the urge to not change anything, just stick to the plan, just stick to that tactic. You can't
trust the process.
You can have 2 bad results. And then that other team, that's exactly what I did with this Gdansk team. Played 3-4-3, the same as the Corsairs of Gold. The team, I kind of made it my second Iron team, but they did so well with the tactic. It didn't change anything, and they won the league. So they are now promoting to bronze, which means that
Nice.
I'll probably have 3 bronze team if they don't promote. So 3 bronze teams, gold, 3 bronze, and iron. So I might sell one of the bronze, but
yeah, I think that's
let's
sensible.
see. But kind of the lesson is just trust the process, stick to the plan, and don't panic when you have 2-3 bad results in a row. That can just be variant, like dice roll, right? All of that.
Yeah, getting a bit unlucky.
Yeah. So still successful. Also reward wise, I got a decent haul, also more than last time. So in all of those regards, it's successful, but it still feels a bit like that I threw away the title race and a promotion to silver. But I'm still in the playoff.
Still a chance.
Still a chance. You never know. Exactly. Okay, dev updates. So maybe, Jimbo, first about the new division and the promo and everything you wrote down.
Yeah, so I wanted to touch on, I think all of you probably know by now that we've added a 10th division, which is the Flint division. We'll talk more about that later, but right now there's a club promo going on. So if you purchase one of the packs, you get a free starter pack. By the time you're listening to this, probably all the aging stuff's happening, and they're probably already aged, and you're probably clean to get it without the player aging in the pack. But I think the first, was it like 70 packs, maybe 100 packs was Spark, and it was first come, first served. And then those are now sold out, I believe, at the time of recording. So Flint is now the place. I've seen there's two Norwich licenses currently. So maybe I might have to try and pick up a Norwich. But more importantly, today is a Friday we're recording this, and as well as the dev updates, which Calva, you'll mention in a short while, they've increased rewards by 15% across the board. So that's the leagues and cups, which is really, really exciting. So they did a review, essentially, on the current reward structure, and they decided to increase all rewards by 15%. I think quite a few of us are glad they've done this, because maybe rewards hadn't matched the market dynamics, which is why they've reviewed it and made those changes. I mean, just take bronze, for example, one of my most, the league I'm most familiar about. I can now win bronze. I'm not going to win bronze, but I could win bronze and earn enough for like a rare pack. And obviously in silver, you're probably still going to need some legendaries in there. But at least now, if you're to come sort of like second or third in bronze with a decent cup run, you can buy a 47,000 MFL rare pack, which previously you'd have to maybe have a season and a half or a decent season and win the cup. So there's a bit more shifting towards how the market's been recently with players and things like that. So it's really positive to see that. And obviously with the addition of Flint into the pyramid, which I think 10's quite a nice round number to end a pyramid on. Bit of speculation. I think people maybe expected the rewards to change slightly, because otherwise Flint would have just been, tumbleweed of rewards, basically. So they have changed that, which is nice. So we can never complain about more rewards. I think the last time, was there an increase in Season 3 to Season 4? I feel like there might have been.
Not totally sure. Yeah, there was...
I can't remember. It seems so long ago, Calvin. It was only the beginning of this year.
No, yeah, I think so. But it's good, like, the fact that they keep looking at it, they keep analyzing the data, sustainability, the market, MFL, everything, and they've kind of a formula, and they realized, okay, based on the market and everything, and rewards, and the overalls, we have to adjust it a little bit. So I think it's good. I don't know if everyone likes this, but it also means more supply, right? It also means you can buy more with your rewards, but maybe that's needed to be more sustainable, which is a good thing. So but yeah, it's I totally trust the team on this. They really know what they're doing. They have the numbers, they have the data, and they realized, okay, to have a healthy economy, right? The central bank of MFL, we call it sometimes. They a little bit. Do we raise the inflation or not? And
a stimulus package for the
interest
economy
to combat the inflation, and they're raising the rewards. So.
Just a little bit of quantitative easing into the
into the MFL economy. It is a proper economy.
It is.
You could write a whole book about this.
It's a living fake economy.
Yeah, people should study it. Okay, let's do some dev updates. Engine was quite interesting today, so on Friday. Also, Quentin was in general talking a little bit about it, sharing the latest experimental engine version. So the team said that they shipped 2 patches this week on the experimental engine, and they're confident that this will become the D version for the coming season 0.7. So they adjusted some balancing, increased the curveball effect. Have you actually seen a lot of curvy balls?
I saw a couple of clips from people, specifically Taggart. He had
Okay.
like a free kick or a shot, and it wasn't a massive curve, but you could quite clearly see the ball curved.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is getting tasty now. Now we're getting a bit of physics and a bit of that into the game. We're now going to see some sort of Roberto Carlos style free kicks go in. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But it's very exciting to see an extra flavor in the engine.
It should be increased, right? So it means probably it should be a bit more visible, and before it wasn't. So that's good. And yeah, some fixes to the goalkeeper, and clearance mechanics, which was very much needed. Of course, as always, check out the full patch notes to be very informed. Flint Division, we just talked about that. So they required some code changes, and they're fully ready for next season with Flint 2. Automatic late registration has been finished, so we talked about last week. Photorealistic project, well, I think we can say that's going to be released as we speak.
Yeah, it's
right?
released. We all know,
now we can say it, right? It's going to be there.
It's here. It's here.
It's here. The AI guys are here. And of course, they keep working on it to ensure a smooth integration of all the visuals and everything. They worked on that too. This is super interesting. Pack Marketplace. I don't know what Floaty thinks about this, but now we have Marketplace offers, so we can buy the players, but soon maybe we can also sell our packs in the app on the MFL website.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting, and I think very good, and good for the team's income too.
It's a bad day to be Floaty. It's a bad day to be a Floaty pack, put it that way.
Yeah, I think MFL carried Floaty almost with Top Shot, and then now one of them goes away almost. So yeah, they started the initial development to enable pack buying and selling directly on an MFL marketplace. That's great. Improved full screen match layout, the thing you discovered in Paris, right, last week.
Yeah. Which Jack showed
on
me.
Your phone, full screen mode, you can access the stats, which is great. That is here. Flexible match appearances is also great. A lot of things in this dev update. So that can be flexible with the amount of matches. So not just any more 5, 10, 15, 20, but you can also say, what about 13? I want 13 matches out of this guy.
Yeah.
And the final thing, the MFL Paris event. The team also mentioned that it was great to meet everyone. Huge thank you to everyone who came. Amazing to meet everyone and seeing the passion IRL that people brought there. Yeah, so lot in this dev update. For me, what's most interesting, I guess, is the pack, maybe, and just the fact that they keep shipping those little things that really improve
little quality of life
right?
things. And even a dev update is not mentioned everything that's been done over the last week. I know now if you see your schedule, and previously if you wanted to go look at your opponent, you'd have to click on the match, then click on the club, then go that way. You can just click on the club's name and it'll take you straight to that page now. It's those small things which reducing the amount of clicks, increasing the quality of life, for users, and so much goes under the radar with those little updates. It's sort of just like the one last Saturday with the improved full screen match layout. He just went, "Oh, I shipped an update, Jimbo. Have a look." And I was like, oh. He's just so nonchalant about it. I'm surprised Yax has not put in there it was good to have. It's good to be back at home and not being in front of Palmer and the others who were bombarding me with notes. But it was great to see how Yax actually does or monitors his dev updates. So he sends this message to himself saying ship this, and it just ticks. And you just scrolls, and it's weeks and weeks worth of little updates that he's shipped and fixed and all these sort of things. So the guy he's unbelievable. He's unreal, to be fair to him. Yax and the rest of the team, massive props.
A good hashtag already could be Yax Arsenal, kind of or the depot where all the bombs are stored, and he just has
The
his
Yaks barracks. Yeah.
the Yaks barracks. He all has all the bombs there ready to throw the Yaks bombs and ship. Little
Never would have.
features.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah, and the pack thing, yeah, right. We just said that. Like, I think that's really good to, with the new era, to have everything inside the app that we have, offers, packs, and we don't have to go to Floaty anymore.
No.
That also saves a lot of the scamming.
And much better for onboarding as well, like just being able to buy packs
Yes.
from a marketplace rather than, I've got to buy packs from Floaty, and that confusion and adds the extra layer of not difficulty, but the probability of people getting confused and put off by things from an onboarding point of view, if they can get that over the line. And hopefully you'd think it'd be quicker to do now that we've got the player offers in app to do, we've got the player offers, play and buy and sell. In theory, not a technical person, but maybe clubs buy and sell on offers should be quicker.
Yes.
You'd think.
Should be soon. Both, I think. Okay, then the diamond updates. So, of course, I think last week it was already clear that Meta would win. So, congrats. Another title, another big trophy for Ronin. Although there were 3 draws in the last 5 matches. So, the gap closed a little bit to the other teams. But OM Legends with a great final sprint. He won the last 5 matches. He ended second, 44 points. Bishoni Milano. Third, 41 points. Kind of the top 3 we kind of predicted or expected. Although, 3X or Quito Bonito. More about that later, about that story. 37, BFC Barcelona 37, Tango 34. Roma, you could say, performed above expectations, 31 points, 7th spot. Dio, I would say, underperformed.
It's a bad season for Dio.
8th spot, 30 points. And Hertha just relegated, 1 point less, 29. Or relegated, is in the playoff, 29 points. And Variance was the owner, I think that was already clear, long time, that they would relegate.
That was already confirmed.
Plus, of course, Sweet London and Joe Bonito. And Sweet London even managed to get 7 points.
I know, huge, right?
2 wins, 1 draw. And they even lost 1 against Joga Bonito. So that's, before we go to the playoffs, any take?
My prediction I remember one of my predictions was that a team not in the top 3 will win the Titans Cup. And obviously, Scrub with Bashoni Milano won the Titans Cup. So that prediction went absolutely through the window. So congrats to Scrub for winning the Titans Cup. But just another league of meta mercenaries doing big things. As always.
There's not so many upsets in this.
No.
Meta winning, Joe B being very stable and decent, Scrub 2. Maybe the ballers in the end ending 5th is quite nice. Newly promoted side, and they kind of have a very good season again, back in Diamond, 5th spot. And Dio, I think Dio might get a bit frustrated. Like every season, it's just not what he wants, and he's aiming top 3, top 5, and he keeps struggling a little bit. I think that's the 2 main stories.
Yeah, I just want to see a Diamond League maybe with 1 less or hopefully 0 heist teams in it to make the league more competitive and just feels more representative of what a Diamond League should be. Not everyone basically getting 12 points for free. 12 points for free. Yeah. Because you got Sweet London,
exactly.
Bonito, 3 each. Two times 6, it's 12 points for free, which if you minus 12 points from all of those teams, then the league looks a bit naff. But
that's a great question. So let's look at the playoffs. Like, will we get more Diamond Heist? What is the landscape looking now? Could there be more Diamond Heist? So who promoted straight to Diamond? So Samba FC, our good friend, he won the league in a crazy way, I would say. League 1, Plat League 1 is absolutely mental. You should check out the league table if you haven't seen it. The first 4 teams all had 37 points.
That's
so
mad.
the whole top, that's really mental. Like the whole top 3 is just based on goal difference. Who went straight to diamond, second place playoff, third place playoff. That was all decided on goal difference. And Dio's other team, Barça Magia, although they can't even go to diamond, they end fourth with also 37 points. So first 4 teams, all 37, and then another Jogo Bonito, London from Sturge, 36, Hamburg Harmony, 34. Orange Flies team 34. So all of those teams places 1 to 7 within 3 points. That's nuts. But yeah, Samba then is going directly to diamond, and Atletico. So Ciudad de Mexico, Eric's Barbarics team, second place playoff against K Socios, and from the other league, Atletico Luchadores goes to diamond. Although isn't that Big Wilbert's team? I'm now wondering. That might be the second.
Yeah, it's a big Wilbert team, and
so I wonder what will happen there in terms of ownership. But in general, there's a lot of teams where like the second teams we have ownership problems.
Yeah, I mean,
also,
big Wilberts with the go on.
Yeah, so if you look at the playoffs right now, we also have Magos de Madrid, my former diamond team I managed. That is Scrubs, so that would be the second Scrub team. So Scrub would have to sell it. Atletico Luchadores, Big Wilbert would have a problem with it. But K Socios, Atletico, and Ciudad de Mexico, that could be good. So maybe Eric will come back. And Black MFC is something balling. He's not in diamond, so that he could be in diamond too. And Naples Gold Feathers, Hertha can still stay there. So it looks actually, if we look at all those names, the chance of more diamond highs teams is a bit less, although maybe, let's say Magos de Madrid promotes and then Scrub is going to sell it, and then maybe some opportunistic people are going to make it a diamond.
Yeah, it feels like the best two options there is that they don't sell it, so the next best team gets promoted, therefore a team which has like a platinum squad, not a team, someone trying to build a team from scratch into diamond, or they basically swap their license with another platinum one. But that's the same as say like second best or whichever next best option getting promoted. I think if you sell the club, unless it's another platinum manager, then the chances of that person having a squad that's not a heist is pretty slim. So yeah,
do we know the official procedure? Let's say Big Wilbur now won the league, Atletico Luchadores. Will the team, does the MFL team now contact them?
They contact him and say, do you want to... Well, basically, you can't get promoted.
No, yeah.
What, are you going to... I think they want to know, basically, are you going to sell it or are you going to keep it? Essentially what they want to know. Because that impacts then on rollover day. Does it stay as platinum? Does it get put to a diamond side? All that sort of thing. Obviously, it's easy for them to change, but that's the sort of conversations they'll be having.
Yeah. Because now, let's say Big Wilbert says, okay, I want to keep it and I want to keep it in plat. Then the whole playoffs are messed up because K Socios would then go straight to diamond, but they are in this playoff match against Eric. So then Eric go straight to diamond too? Right? I need to talk to the IMFF about this. What is the situation? But it looks, the chances of more diamond highs, they are a bit less, I think.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great teams with managers with no team in diamond knocking on the door, like Something Balling, Eric Barbaric, you, all of those guys could be back. So the dream is no more diamond heists. Let's see.
We can dream.
We can dream. Market moves. I wanted to name two manager of the week, two new guys. And they're both content creators and both from different games. So Campy11 and Sci-Fi, they're both from England. Campy makes FM content and Sci-Fi makes EAFC content. In the past 2 weeks, they both got their first clubs and players, and they both already love MFL. Campy tweeted an insane and completely addicting first week on Play MFL, and Sci-Fi tweeted, "Woke up this morning and the only thing on my mind is Play MFL." So that's great to hear.
I think they've joined at a good time as well.
Yeah, and Campy already got his first video out about the first week, so go follow
him. And at the end of it, he did say, Like if you guys want to have like more knowledge and there's other people out there, and he hopes that one day that he can be as knowledgeable as like yourself, us, Quinny, Nep, Led, all the people doing the content. There's a nice little shout out at the end of his video.
Oh, that's great.
He added him on Discord and said, my DMs are open if you ever want to have a chat. And Safi, on the stream on Wednesday, he came into the chat and followed and had a few words. So it's nice to see both of them interacting with them.
Safi.
Pronounce Safi. Yeah, the first thing I said was, is it Safi or Saifi? And he went Safi.
Okay, Safi.
I'm hoping I got that right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Kempi and Safi. Okay,
yeah.
Safi. Yeah. So the whole to finish the story is, it's great that from 2 games, like so far it was mostly so rare guys, and then we got kind of Workspace and Nap, and we got also other games, and now it seems to get a bit more grounded in the FM community with Campy and Workspace, and now also Nap being EAFC mainly creator, also with Safi coming in. So maybe we're getting more of more grounded in those communities too, apart from just the so rare, which is great to see. And
I think what we talk about later will enforce that more, and we'll see more of those communities coming into MFL.
I definitely think it will. It's for both, right? For both games, I think
for both games, 100%. Yeah.
Yes, it will attract more of guys playing FM and EAFC. Okay, a couple of transfers. Jimbo, we played this game on Saturday in Paris, last Saturday. So I have my own little game with just one sale.
Oh, I love this.
So Muri the first, he bought a 60 overall, 23-year-old Cam. And he already had plus 20 progression. How much did he pay, do you think?
Go on, fuck it. $75.
60.
Oh, 60 was going to be my guess, my first guess. I thought, what, I'll go a bit odd and add 15 onto it. Okay, I wasn't too far.
So do you think that's fair? Like, he's 23, he already has plus 20 progression. He's kind of bad, he's 60, Cam. Is that worth the 60 as a progression premium?
I mean,
investment?
if he can go up another 20, then that's phenomenal, isn't it? If he can get an 80 rated player, but it depends how many seasons it happens in. Do you know what? I'll throw out a limit and think, do you know what? Bit of fun. I think that's worth the risk. Why not? I think 60,
It also depends a little bit on the career, but I think it started like 18 or 19. I think it's already quite some seasons.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, usually those guys keep growing. So far, what we've seen, so you can say it's kind of a good investment. Not financial advice. Rare players, Noe Sark bought a 21-year-old goalie, 79 overall, for 105. I thought it was pretty much a steal, although I love goalies. So I know the goalie market
goalkeeper biased.
Goalkeeper bias, yeah. But I think there's like some kind of bias against goalies. There's kind of a goalie discount. This seems pretty cheap, right? 21-year-old, 79 overall.
I think considering the age, yeah. Considering the age, I mean that you can pick up, say, like a 23-year-old goalkeeper who's like 3 overall better for like 120. So there's not a huge difference. I think mid-rare goalkeepers right now are pretty good value at the moment. I've been throwing a few offers out and being rejected, which someone will reject my offer and then say, no, my price is this, and then relist it for under my offer price. And I'm like, why have you done that? Well, not under my offer price, sorry, under the price. So they list for 120. I offer, say, 105, and they say, no, 110's my lowest, and then they list it for 109. And I'm like, okay, no problem.
Well, maybe you can make some Silva deal later if you want.
Okay.
He was good for you. He saved some penalties.
Yeah, maybe
he
because
saved some penalties. So
50p. Fuck you, bastard.
After recording, we can negotiate.
Cool.
Then legendary players. The owner of Sweet London, Nathan. He means business. He already had quite a lot of good Legos, but then he decided, I'm going to loan those out and just sign the 85, 86 ones to kind of get the MFL from that and get the MFL from the loans. But I think he's now going to be very competitive in Platinum because yesterday he bought 3 very good players. He bought a 90 CB for 26-year-old for 700 USD, a 90 rated Cam, also 26 years old for another 700 USD, and Niels Urban Urban. Maybe you know him. 89
I
striker.
recognise the name,
Yeah,
the German
he's
striker.
quite
Yeah.
he was quite in the was it like the alpha seasons? He was quite a legend too. 89 rated striker, 22-year-old for 1100 USD.
Where were all these purchases last season when he was in Diamond? Why is he? Where was all this last season, Nathan? Why did you bring this sort of fire and heat for season 6, not season 7?
We should interview him again or bring him on, but I think he can stay now in plat and maybe bounce back even to diamonds.
The bounce back effect. Okay, yeah.
You never know. And then club, this something really strange happened to Quito Bonito, and I really need to figure out what the story is behind this. Maybe Jimbo, you have more details, but
no, I don't. Sorry, mate.
So Quito Bonito, we had this whole diamond episode, and then Sturge said, "Okay, I'm gonna still stay in diamond because he lost his original Jogo Bonito. His scrub helped him. They finished 4th. I think he just got the rewards, and then was like, okay, now I can sell it again or get rid of it. But then it went to Greninja. How do you pronounce his name again? Greninja?
Yeah, Greninja. Yeah. It's like it's the name of a Pokemon, Greninja.
Yeah, Greninja. So for 1 cent, so kind of a floaty 1 cent transfer or purchase went to Greninja. Then he sold it for 2,250 to Hertha, who just relegated from Diamond.
Oh,
so maybe
I saw that bit, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that makes sense then for Hertha. But then Hertha again sold it for 1 cent to XVIX, who rebranded it to 3X, his original team that before he got rid of. So it's really a weird situation where in the end we had between 4 managers, we had 2 1 cent transfers. Someone paid 2,250, and then it ended up with XVIX, who is back in Diamond with 3X, which he was there like 2 seasons ago. So it's
all a bit confusing, isn't it?
It's very confusing, and I don't know, maybe some of the people involved can shed some light on this, because it's quite confusing what happened there. But in the end, XVIX is back, so maybe he knows.
Splash of the week. It can't be Fraj again, can it? It can. Fraj, for the second week running, is this week's Splash of the Week. Last week it was $3,077. This week it's a little bit less, but it's more than the price you just mentioned in that other purchase. This is $2,500 USD. Sold by Kinju, bought by Fraj, Emmanuel Babato. Emmanuel Barbato.
I think Barbato. There we go. That would be Barbato.
Emmanuel Barbato. So I got to do the hand gesture as well to really get in gear and get in full flow mode here. Full flow state, sorry. 24 years old, 94 rated. So he's on that tier gel. I say tier gel. The Legendary to Ultimate isn't considered a tier gel. It's just a color change. It's not actually considered a tier gel like the rest of them are. He's 5'10" as a centre back, 81 pace, 25 shooting for those who really matter about shooting in centre backs, 83 passing, 85 dribbling, 97 defence, and 90 physical. I think I saw a message from Fraj in Discord, and he said these 2 players that he's got over the last 2 weeks, he first inquired about them over a year ago, and he's now got them in back-to-back weeks. So I think he's very happy with these players that he's brought in. So, well done to Fraj. Great sale from Kinju. Great purchase. I think both parties are happy. Emmanuel Babato.
Yeah, so that's
94 rated, 24-year-old.
94 rated Italians in a row, pretty much, that he purchased. If the national teams are back, Fraj definitely has to coach Italy, right? So he knows them. He knows the stars of that team.
Unless they suddenly nerf 5 at the back, then he might be in trouble. But, if you can't play 5 at the back, he might be in trouble.
Yeah, it's the Catenaccio. It's the Italian style. He has to play it. Okay, quick IRL MFL. Actually, after watching PSG, I was a bit more like, yeah, let's go PSG. And they did very well.
Oh, right. Yeah, they rinsed Madrid. Rinsed
4-0. 3-0 after how many minutes? 22? Or...
Yeah, something like that. Is it
Crazy.
too soon to say PSG might be like, a dominant force in Europe for the next couple of years? Like 2-3 years? Is that too much of a state? Is that too bold a statement, Calva?
No, I wouldn't say so,
They
because
look very
they've
good.
been consistently did a very good Champions League campaign. Sometimes they're a bit unlucky, getting eliminated a bit early. Now they won. I think the great thing they did is just get rid of the absolute star players like Messi, Neymar, who get all the attention and kind of the
Mbappe,
mental
yeah.
ball, and that really paralyzes the team. And now you have like more youthful guys who are not the absolute stars, who are all very good, but yeah, no one is like above status wise above the
Yeah.
other, right? So
They
that
got rid
works
of
very well for the dynamics and the chemistry.
100% agree. They got rid of the sort of like the solo players. Some of the crybabies like Mbappe and Neymar, I'll happily say they're crybabies. I think they are. Got rid of those egotistical players, and everyone's on a level playing field. And you could, people like Dembele, who when he was at Barca, he was not a, ridiculously pressing forward. And now the bloke just like runs for fun and presses for fun. And there's that really famous video, was it, of Luis Enrique shouting and barking and having that tutor with Mbappe. And I don't think it's a coincidence at all that Mbappe leaves and then PSG immediately have a couple of better seasons and win that European trophy, which they were so desperately after whilst Mbappe was there. But I think this PSG team this season has turned a lot of people's heads. People like myself were like, I'm not a fan of PSG, X, Y, Z reason. And actually, you watch them and go, do you know what? They're actually a really nice team to watch. Which I don't think I'd ever be saying that right now. But maybe, there's Mathurin and the other Frenchies are like, come on, we've convinced him. You're still playing a farmers league, but from a European point of view, you're doing much better. And I think it's very nice to watch.
Yeah, like the way they play, I definitely have way more sympathy for them. Maybe a bit less sympathy because it's just Qatar pumping billions in that team, and in the stadium tour, everything was Qatar lounge and everything. But I mean, now if you look pure at the football and at the way they play and the tactics, and that it's great to see. Very good team, very good team. No one can deny it. So probably they go on and win the whole thing. I mean, they must beat.
Yeah,
Chelsea,
you fancy them against Chelsea quite hard, don't you?
They should rinse them again. That should be possible. And one thing I want to talk about was AZ Alkmaar, or AZ. How do you pronounce it? AZ.
I'd say AZ. Yeah.
AZ Alkmaar. Yeah. Well, they're pretty famous for having a great youth academy and for being very good with kind of player progression. They kind of develop players and then sell them for much more. So now they sold Adai, who only played like 6 matches, but based on data, apparently he was good. They sold him for like 14 million euro to Como.
Damn.
And then Ruben van Bommel, the son of Mark van Bommel, PSV bought him for like 50 million euro. So now they made another 30 million, and that's like every season they do this. If they keep doing this, they should get very rich. But then they still don't splash the money. They keep doing, trust the process, keep buying young guys from like Scandinavia, Poland, the Netherlands. Great, they keep winning the Champions League, the Youth League. They won it one time. So really, that's like an example of how we should run a club, I think. So shout out, AZ, they're cooking. Very good. Anything else? I said Norwich got some guys. Are you happy with those? Pre-season,
yeah, we got go on. You mentioned Norwich. It wasn't me. I'll spend a minute on Norwich then. This is quite an interesting transfer story actually. So there's a lad called I think it's Matthias Widsgården. We just call him Special K. And he's a really promising young Danish talent, plays for Brøndby, and the last player we got from Brøndby on a free was Timo Pukki, so maybe there's good things coming here as well. But there was Wolfsburg, I think it was Frankfurt, I think we're after him. RC Lons in Ligue 1 were after him. I think both clubs had put in, or Lons had put in like a 12 million bid. And then our sporting director and I think our like head of transfers, whatever, they're going over to Brøndby, they're at the hotel, ready to go negotiate, whatever. We're gonna bring £14 million with us and try and outbid Lons. The player wanted to come to Norwich, by the way. He didn't want to move anywhere. He wanted to come to Norwich. He's like apparently on stats-wise, he's like a Champions League level player. He shouldn't be coming to Norwich, right? And it turns out, in page 85 of his contract or so, he has a release clause for £6.9 million. So Lons are offering 12, 13 million, and Norwich just went, here's 6.9, bang, deal. We go on for 6.9 million. because our team and our club read through the contract and saw there was a release clause for 6.9.
Yeah, but also because the guy wants to go to Norwich.
Yes, of course.
Right? Like otherwise, he could have gone to Lons. Right?
I think even if we had the same bid as Lons, he would have still come to Norwich. I think if we could have matched the bid, but it was like, well, we've hit the release clause. Yeah. You have to let him talk to us now, basically. And he was like, I want to go to Norwich. He's already played with a few of the players that were at Norwich before, so the connection's already there. So yeah, that's a nice little, release clause. Will we get that in MFL? I'm sure Palmer, I think he may have already asked Yax about that, so I'm sure that's on his to-do list. But there you go, a little transfer saga from the green and yellow army.
Yeah, that's great, and I love that he is like, okay, I know some guys there. I they're like my friends, and I want to play with them. And probably Championship, I would say, is a very good league, and also a very good way to prove yourself and to.
It's a physical league.
Grow as a player physically, probably. And
no farmers league.
No, if you can make it in the Championship, if you're one of the best players, I think you're set for a good career.
And I think it helps that we've had similar players: James Maddison, Emi Buendia, Borja Sainz, who's now just gone to Porto for 16 million. If you can perform well in the Championship and for Norwich, you usually get a decent move afterwards.
Yeah,
so
like reputation, the same as AZ. Yeah, like it has a reputation for developing talent and making as like say a jump board, or how do you say it? Like,
we say like springboard. We say
or
springboard.
Launch pad, or like one of those
springboard,
things.
launch
pad. Like yeah,
we all know what you mean. Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 seasons there, and you can make a nice move. So great. Speaking about launch pads, and
I like that.
Moves.
Cook.
MFL, the New Era 2.0.
Yes.
There we go. Crazy. Yeah, so a little disclaimer, you said before, we are recording this on Friday.
Yep.
But the team has been very generous with kind of letting us read the announcement and letting us see some of the pictures, so we kind of know what is pretty much in this update. So we can talk about it right now. Yeah. And we're releasing this episode just after the team will release the update, so it will be very on point, topical.
Because everyone will go, WenDirk records on a Sunday and the announcement's on a Monday, and I need my fix of WenDirk to tell me their thoughts and opinions and bring this breaking news to me. Guess what, folks? We knew you were going to think that, and we were already on it. So you've seen the announcement, you've read it, you're like, oh my God, I need to hear some WenDirk content on it. Guess what? We've got you covered, and now we're going to bring it to you.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we're going to do is pretty much go through the whole announcement, the Medium blog post.
Yeah, we're going to digest it. Digest?
Digest it.
Yeah, digest, break down, deep dive,
all
as we like to say. All of the
Share
above.
our thoughts, analyze it. What does it mean, right? For etc. And there's there's just a couple of big elements, and I think, each one will spend some time on digesting that. Dissecting it, you can also call it that way.
That was the word I was looking for.
Dissecting. Probably I felt like that's the one you mentioned. And also there's this video. We have not seen the video, but there's apparently a very cool video. Company.
Lucas did say that there's a slight chance it might not be ready for Monday. So if you're listening to this and it's not ready, then it probably will be soon. But if it is ready and we've watched it, ignore what we're going to say, or ignore this last 10 seconds of speech. Yeah, basically.
But pretty much the video is just showing what's written, right? So
it's
like it's not spoiler or like
no
secret. But let's just talk about it. In the intro, I think this is good. It's some appreciation of the past 3 years, and it was also in the video we saw during the meetup, right? It was kind of already showing what's there, where we come from. Any words you want to say about that?
I think, and also this was what sort of Matt started with in his little speech last Saturday, and he really made the point that he's really proud of where MFL's come in terms of a game, in terms of community in the last 3 years, And I think he's really proud of how they've gone about that and how that journey has looked. They've not thrown money and resources at, at advertising, at all this crazy stuff which they could have done to sort of, maybe you could say artificially grow the game. It's been very organic, and the way they've gone about it, you could argue, is the way that not going to argue, is the correct way. But it seems that in this space that we're in within Web3 games, NFTs, it's so abnormal to have a team leading a game like MFL do. So we're always like, hang on, is this transparency normal? Like, is this okay? Do you get weekly dev updates? Do you see the window in the oven when they're making the apple pie? Yes, we do. We don't have no window when you just hope after an hour when the product comes out and the food comes out. It's good. That's what some games are like, right? And he was very proud of that journey. And I think one thing to bear in mind, and I remember him saying this, was that they really want to put themselves on the level of games like Football Manager and FIFA. And I'm sure when you're looking at the screenshots and looking at the video, that will make a lot of sense why you said explicitly those two games, because in my opinion, they've taken some aspects of design from that, and we'll get onto that in a bit. So bear that in mind, that he very much said we want to put ourselves on the same level and pedestal and up there with the likes of Football Manager and FIFA or EAFC or FC26 or whatever it's called now.
Whatever it's called.
It's called. Yeah, that football game that comes out once a year, unlike Football Manager.
I like how you brought back the apple pie analogy.
I've got to, yeah. Ever since you're reading
the
recipe,
how you're gonna maybe expand on it throughout this section. But yeah, we have a beautiful. The recipe didn't change. Maybe the ingredients and maybe the way the pie looks.
Yeah.
Makes it more tasty, maybe more appetizing.
We've gone for a different pastry design on top. So when you look at it for the first time, you go, "Wow, that looks unbelievable." It's basically what we're going for here.
Yeah. Now you also eat with your eyes, right? It needs to look look good. So maybe that's what we can talk about. So they write today marks the start of kind of this new chapter, the new era. So we're going to talk about it, like what's part of this era, what's going to change, and maybe what is the effect of that, how will it change the way we play the game, and the growth of the game, and everything. So let's start about the first thing is the whole brand and the fonts and the logo. So we have the shirt already. We have, right?
The shirt. You've got the stickers behind
logo.
You. I've got the cap behind me as well. Yes, we've got this brand new logo. The fonts, I guess the colors are the colors are yellow, black, white are similar, but just the typography, the logo is very, very clean and it's brand new. It's not an 11 for those who read it as an 11. It's sort of like another M. And first impressions, Calva, it's a very smart design.
Yes.
Very smart. Oh. Very much like it. And there's a lot of the leftover space is, like the letters in the logos. I don't know how to really convey that in speech, because the way that Yak said it was far better than I said it. But I love it. And they've always said the logo currently at the moment, MFL, it's quite, when you look at it, it's quite basic. Just 3 letters, a slight tilt to it in the Archivo font, I think it is. And now we've got our own brand,
and they also
unique.
Yeah, they good to know. They also talked about this, like they kind of hired an agency, right? Like a proper, who's gonna release this video, who really made this new identity, this new font. It looks pretty. Yeah, you could say it connects this metaverse, right? It looks very kind of modern, metaversey, futuristic a little bit, and it looks really tight. So I think that logo, that's like one of the first things. One of the first things you probably notice is, they changed the logo. And then the font also, because of that logo. Still kind of the same colors, right? The black and the yellow. That's kind of the black, yellow, white, like kind of those 3 colors. But it's a clean, modern identity, which matches that MFL ambition, what you said about EAFC and NFM.
And the agency they've gone with, Paper Crowns, they are a very, they've done brands and and work for the likes of like Logitech, Call of Duty. I even looking earlier, Mr. Beast and some of his like Feastables branding. So these guys know UFC, Skittles. Just going through this list here, Chipotle. They've been at Coldplay. They have been there and done that. So they've really gone for it, MFL, with this. And I think, I'm not sure we just mentioned it, but that clean model identity matches their ambition for the future, basically. They want to transition to something really, really bold. And I think this clearly sets a precedent that they mean business.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. And then it's like what they said, like designed to stand beside top gaming sport brands. It's really, it looks very professional as like a top brand. Not so much like, again, passion project or like a cute little company in Paris with a small team, which it is, but it now looks much bigger, which is great. It looks more serious, and that also attracts people. It builds confidence. It builds like
you might look at the game and go, "Oh, how many people work there? Must be like 20 plus."
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
that impression. It looks the business, the bee's knees, as we say in the UK. Not maybe in America as well. I'm not sure if you have an equivalent. The bee's knees, we call it.
Yeah, and looks matter, right? It's about in the end, it does matter. And speaking about that, the app will also get a proper new look, refreshed new look. So the new branding bit details, the new branding will go live across the app and the website on July the 14th, and then in the weeks and months after that, there will be a full UI design called like kind of the phase 2. Which will make the app much better, smoother navigation, better user interface. And yeah, the why is it gradual rollout to avoid disruption? But of course, long term, in the end, it will look really amazing to have this new look there too on the app and the game in game mostly. Yeah. And yeah, we have we're looking at some screenshots. The others cannot look at, but maybe you can describe kind of what does it look like. This
I'll put the screenshots on the screen so people can see it. I think it's it's a very clean UI, and especially when looking at there's a bear in mind that if you zoom into some of the parts of these screenshots, zoom in here, you might go, oh, why does it say like a kickoff pack's like worth 1 cent? Obviously that's that's besides the point here. We're looking more of a design sort of piece, and let me just get the correct it's just a design at this point and not in code at all, sort of thing. But when you look at a player profile, for example, it really reminds me of a Football Manager style player profile. And I think come back to what I said about 10 minutes ago, and Matt says it really wants to put MFL on that level, in that tier of those sort of games. You can see where that that inspiration has come from and been embedded into sort of the player profile design. And it's just super, super clean, and it makes use of space effectively. And how many times have we said it where, oh, can we just move something around, or there's this big space here, why can't we add that? Even like full screens in the matches, we've now got stats on the side of matches, that sort of thing. So it's great to see sort of a very clean, professional. I'm not saying previous one wasn't, but it really looks like it had a lot of time spent on it, and I think it looks great. There's lots of things in there that just you go, wow, like this looks
it
really,
looks like
really
a proper. It really looks like kind of the Football Manager interface, to be honest. But that is great. And also, if you look at the screenshot, like the search bar, for example, that is already big. That you have a quick search bar there. You have your name and your MFL amount, and then all of the space is filled with info and tabs. And on the left hand side, is beautiful these drop down menus to quickly navigate. So it just looks so much better and cleaner. And then the second thing is, of course, that player guy. that this player is a picture, not a card anymore. But now you really understand why they did it, because right, Jimmo, if you would throw in the old style, the cartoon style, it would look a bit off. But now with this AI real player guy, it looks suddenly totally like as a great match, right? To have those combo. And that was always the plan from Matt, is like, when we go with a new branding and new UI, and it needs to fit that and be a package kind of. And that's, it looks super good, right?
100% agree, mate.
Yeah, so we go already to players then. Talk more about the player and the player cards, maybe.
Yes, so the photorealistic players. I guess the really exciting thing is that they are launching on Wednesday, July the 16th. So that pack drop stream on Wednesday will include the first preview of the photorealistic players, which in itself is just really, really exciting.
It will be crazy to rip those packs.
We've got this announcement now of these new photorealistic players and what they look like, and we'll discuss that in a short while. But actually, you've got to wait two good nights sleep, 2 sleeps, and suddenly we get to open packs with these guys in. Talk about speed and building the excitement and the hype. I think that pack drop stream on Wednesday is going to be unbelievable with the hype. Everyone wants to see what they look like, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I really, the thing everyone probably talks about, or is, as we speak, as we release, is there's going to be a big kind of debate or first opinions about this huge update. But when we first saw the players, the AI players, and the new cards, like on the Meetup, right? We saw a preview and Matt passed the screen and the video. Everyone like loved it, right? Pretty much. It was a bit like, oh, the big update, and it was like a big reaction, and we're gonna see them. But everyone loves the look. They really used good AI software. They really look great. The photos, very clean. I still don't know why the hell FM cannot make proper regions like this. No clue.
Oh yeah.
MFL is like putting them to shame with how good they look.
And when speaking with Matt at Paris, they were saying that, I think someone asked a question, like, so which AI did you use for this? And they're like, no, we've built this, we own this. This is their AI generation tool that they have complete ownership of, which is phenomenal sort of, feat in itself. And yes, there'll probably be a bit of a sting at first with shifting from the cartoons to the lifelike avatars. So we've got the new players launching on the pack drop on Wednesday the 16th. All existing players will sort of auto upgrade in the days after the drop. No specifics on those sort of dates and times, but sort of just as the days after the drop. And when we thought they went through near enough every single player that had been generated, what's it, like 200,000 or so now, to make sure they fit, they've gone through the quality checks. Sure, a few might slip through the cracks and things like that, but if they do, you can, they said you'll be able to like report it and then it can get changed and that sort of thing.
Then probably, so the reception, well, I think initially the reception will be already pretty positive, but it's I think mainly about the second part that has really convinced everyone that this is the move forward, this is the perfect step to make. And that's because of the whole the thing it allows, right, to do customization. So the kits. So we talked about it also in the meet. I think it was one of the first questions, like, okay, does this mean we can also do something with the kits with the guys? And they say yes, like this is the plan, is that eventually you can make kits for your team, custom kits, and then all the players will wear this kit on their card.
Yeah.
And this is like what, and with the cartoons, it would have been impossible to do, or way too hard, or kind of, This allows for that to easily change shirts, so custom kits. Also player aging evolution, how cool is that? That maybe a 16-year-old will look like maybe no beard at all and still all his hair, and then like the 40-year-old will have some gray hair, some balding, and like those kind of things you can now see. That also is a possibility. And then what about AI, like videos, highlight reels, interviews with those clear like people faces? So the possibilities, like both, it looks good, it matches perfect with the new branding, the new UI, the new professional look. plus it opens the door to so many other
Yeah,
great things.
the huge foundation it allows MFL to build on top of as a result of the photorealistic players and what they've done is tremendous. You know, likes of the custom kits there. How many times have we seen people ask, can we make custom kits, or can we have the same, you know, uniformity and styling between all my players on the pitch? Or how many people do their own design work for graphics, for socials, and it's all the same player kits or same kits on the players, sorry. And now we are going to be able to do it. There's a funny moment in one of the videos where Lucas came to my ear and whispered that into me when we were watching it. And there's a on the video, there's a small clip and you can see Lucas whispering in my ear, and and that's him saying basically, Jimbo, this allows us to do custom kits. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say this. Let's well, he was basically like, you know, that's going to happen basically. Like, it's not a matter of like if we can have custom kits, it's a matter of when. I don't think that's anything bad saying that. But I was like, oh, so like, do you know how you're getting there? How you're doing it? He was like, yeah, we know. We're like, we're getting there. We're doing it. We're you know, so that's really, really cool. And that's something that everyone will love, right? So custom kits will be here at some point.
And also, for example, you can have maybe generate those kind of Premier League, you know, lineups with the how would you say, like a torso of players or their heads with all in your shirt, and generate those kind of lineups. Like,
I think they said there was maybe like a selection of like 12 different patterns or so you could choose from, or were initially able to choose from. So there's lots of flexibility and customization we have to do with it.
Exactly. So so people who love to be creative can also go crazy.
And that's such a major part of MFL, is the creativity that people instill within their clubs. You know, yes, it's the playing, it's the tactics, it's the winning games, it's all that piece, but it's about having a branded club that you enjoy. How many people spend so much time on the branding of their club? When when Work the Space came in, he did this whole sort of like massive graphics explaining why he's done all of the in particular designs of clubs. And funnily enough, when Norwich launched their kit, shock horror, it was in yellow. They did one of those posts where they have, here's the picture of the kit, here's the reason why we picked the design, and they've had a bunch of writing and they've literally crossed out and gone, it's yellow. You know, they don't want to have all that funny business around, we picked it because of the color of the city. You know, no, it's yellow. It's always yellow. And then they had new collars, and they've gone, because we used to have a kit like this. That's literally, they've gone full on like sarcasm mode. But the ability to have custom kits is going to be, there we go, we're back in the focus. It's going to be so nice. The possibilities is endless with it. I think that's really our main point, is that it produces good foundations.
I just thought, would someone dare not to remove their background with this beautiful UI and rebranding? Would someone still stain the game with their ugly white background?
No, surely not.
I
think Yaks, if you're not Yaks, if you're listening, Yaks, I know you're listening. Please put something in there that recognizes somehow that there's a background. All it needs to do, maybe from a tech point of view, is, you know, you've got the box of how big the logo is. If there's a color that meets the edges of that box, don't let them upload it. Go, give them the middle finger and go, no. Or play, make it no background.
Auto remove backgrounds or something. That kind of feature.
Yeah. Don't let them buy packs until it's removed or something like that, right?
Yeah, maybe. We let them cook. So we have the new website, the branding, the UI, the player looks, and then the players, will be turned also into new cards. And again, we have those new player cards in front of us. So we just said the whole UI and game looks super much like Football Manager, which is great. Which looks very professional and cool. And the cards look a lot like FC, right? Like
Ultimate Team vibes.
Vibes, which is also probably going to attract a lot of people, and it looks very cool. And maybe you will also show this screenshot, I guess, but
I
you
can show
describe
it
a little bit
screen
for audio. How would you say it looks?
I'm sure everyone's going to see them by the time I listen to this anyway. But
pretty much. But
if you can imagine like an Ultimate Team card, I don't even know I've not played Ultimate Team for years now, but you know, all 6 stats are shown on the card. It's not you sort of, you know, press a button like now and you flip the card you've got the player's body, you've got the rating and the overall, and also the rating, the position, the age, the nationality, all on one corner on the left, as if you look at it, the name, and then the stats all in one bit. So you can see everything you need to know about the player in one view, which is great. I think Matt did call me out and was sort of like, oh, people still on the fence. Jimbo, I know you were skeptical. And I think I was skeptical of the whole photorealism piece, because you see all the creations that people were doing, and they were basically putting in a realistic player into the existing card design. And I don't think that mismatch of here's a cartoon, not a cartoon background, but here's a background that we're used to seeing a cartoon player on, and you're putting a realistic player on top of it. I don't think it really fit. It didn't fit well at all. And then when we saw this design, the photorealistic AI and the rebranding, I think this looks super, super clean. And I said to them, like, what's your thoughts? I'm so glad you've done this as part of a bigger piece. And the photorealism is just one aspect of it. It's not, we're keeping the same UI, the same this, that, and the other, and we're just having newer players. Because if we had the same AI we have now for the rest of time with those cards in it, they would look really out of place. They would look totally out of place. So I think what they've done a smashing job. A smashing job they have, true sir. They've done a smashing job. A couple of things to note. There's going to be, as far as I'm aware, there's no more goalkeeper gloves on the keepers. So I don't know how the pack reveal is going to work, but you'll see the goalkeeper's position, but you won't be able to see the goalkeeper gloves. And one bit that will probably sting for people a bit is that sort of like the whole photorealism piece. They're not taking the image that you have of your player and making it like realistic.
But that's like sense. Is that totally confirmed?
Near enough, yeah.
Near enough, because like the Stipo we saw on the meetup, we saw Stipo Nincevic. He was, or it's coincidence, or is that like
yes?
Okay.
Yeah. Unofficially, I was told that was a coincidence.
Oh, really? That's a crazy coincidence.
That Stipo had a stash basically. A fluke with Nincevic, but so they're not keeping the traits from existing players. Basically, they're all getting redone from scratch, which probably sting for a few people. But then when you think about the realism, and that probably makes complete sense with the different nationalities and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense from that point of view, I think. Maybe I might like some of my players more now. You never know.
Yeah, and it's like it's a sacrifice. We have to kind of sacrifice the cartoons and the JPEGs for the greater good, which is a game that looks way better, is way more attractive, I think, to a broader audience, and just is on a higher level. And yeah, we needed to have that. I think maybe you could have stuck with the cartoon, but then made it way more cartoony, and also the interface more cartoony. But we want to have a bit more like a proper, serious management game, and then this in the metaverse, and then this works very well with that. So we have to sacrifice. Maybe we can do a ritual sacrifice of all the cartoons and the Mohawk guys. But yeah, I think we have to say goodbye to them. So yeah, really cool. The cards, the UI, the design, everything. The teams set a fresh look to match the new brand. Sharper, richer visuals. Your stars now look like stars.
Yeah.
The stars really look like stars.
One thing I did ask, which I didn't get an answer to, or like a confirmed answer to, but obviously we'll see on Wednesday, is if there's going to be like new pack designs for the players as well. Because obviously the packs themselves visually, you could argue, now look a bit cartoony. Will we see an upgrade? Will we see upgrades to the pack designs as well? I feel like maybe we will, but Yax, I think when I asked him, Yax was like, oh, it's a good question. I definitely said it in a nonchalant way that was like, I can't tell you, Jimbo. I want to, but I can't tell you. That was sort of the impression I got. But who knows? I obviously won't be mad if we still got the same one. But maybe a redesign of the packs would be quite neat as well.
Yeah. We have to wait and see how that goes. But yeah, probably it can be part of the new design, new UI. and everything.
Yeah.
So there's maybe, well, we can talk maybe a little bit about the effects or MFL 2.0 New Era. What kind of effect will this have, do you think? How will this change the game? I mean, the gameplay is not going to change, right? It's mostly,
No.
it's purely a visual thing, but how will it still change the game and the community and everything, do you think?
I think when you look at sort of like first impressions, I think that was something that when we've had Matt on the pod before, he was always pretty conscious that you know, some of the feedback he'd often get was, "Oh, I don't like the cartoony look," or "The UI looks, doesn't look quite up to scratch." And I think now we are in a position where it's a very professional, clean, robust, sleek UI design, where those first impressions matter. As much people say they don't, first impressions do matter a lot.
Looks matter and first impressions matter, I think.
Yeah, and you could say, oh well, the cartoon stuff was unique, yes, and I think also this is very unique as well. So that both have worked in that sense. Everyone associates MFL with those cartoon current cards. Well, I would say current cards, not anymore. Well, kind of yes, depending on when you listen to this. But the ones we're going to get on the pack drop on Wednesday, and everyone will associate the new cards with MFL as well. So I think from a first impression wise, it will elevate those first impressions, make them more positive than they already are, because we've seen a great onboarding. It will increase the onboarding off result of that, you would like to think. I think, that onboarding piece, if we've got a slicker UI, more intuitive, easier to use, ticks all the boxes from a new user, basically. That's one of my first impressions, my first thoughts about how this will positively impact MFL in the game.
Yeah, no, definitely. We've heard the feedback from some people that is like, okay, this is too NFT, right? I think you didn't mention that part, right? Like the NFT connection.
I think this will will
make it less.
Going to say even more removed, even more disconnected from what it is. Even though they are, it doesn't look like it at all. You won't get that perception at all.
No, exactly. You just have like, okay, you have a game and you can buy players at the game, and it's a bit like, really EAFC with those specs, and you barely notice it's really an NFT, and it's really, like you just have a Dapper wallet, you put $1 in it, and you buy the players and you play the game. And that's really like kind of the same as EAFC. So maybe to get out of the NFT kind of being poisoned by the name of NFT and all that's kind of all the crypto bros and it's all a scam, and to have that totally removed with an amazing look that looks like mainstream games, that also is positive. So the way to market it, share it, talk about it, plus all the content creation. So it really the main thing is it sets up MFL for growth. We talked about we don't want too fast growth, but it definitely for steady growth and a bit faster growth. That's what it sets it up for, I would say. Like imagine, like I think a lot of content creators get way more excited showing this, right, and showing this fresh look, on streams, and probably like like for NAP the transition is I would say is like a less of a transition on a stream to go from the EAFC cards to those cards, and for Work the Space, the transition from his Football Manager stream to, okay, now I show my MFL streams. It's almost it's more like a smooth transition, right, to those games. So that's
completely agree. And if you think about the communities that those sort of content creators have, like NEP, Work the Space, the two other content creators, Safi and Kempi, were talking about, and other ones, their communities are used to that design, that look. And then we're saying, right, we've kind of merged a bit of EAFC and a bit of Ultimate bit of Football Manager and try and combine the two in this brand new amazing game, brand new amazing UI, rebrand, not brand, so basically brand new rebrand, rebrand. There's not so much having to relearn things and try and, apart from the game itself, but in terms of like a visual aspect, just navigating the whole experience of playing will be more. What's what I'm trying to figure out here?
Engaged, enhanced.
Yeah, it'll be more enhanced. I'm awful with adjectives when I'm basically right now, folks. My brain has gone blank for a second. All I can think about is the fact that my brain has gone blank. So I'm just constantly in a death cycle of thinkingness, of no thoughts. I'm like a baby. I'm like a kitten. There's no thoughts inside my head right now, in that current state. But I think, yeah, just it will enhance the experience of the users, and I think that's so key with an MFL. I just think it'll put us in a more positive light and just more recognizable, more professional. I just think I'm so glad this is all like a one massive update, and it's not sort of we're changing this and then we're changing this and then we're changing this. It's right. We've gone right. We've been working on this for many months. You know, when photorealism's been in the works for 2 years, Calva. Nearly since the pod started, mate. This is how long we've known about the photorealism, right?
A meme. The secret project has been.
But it's only been, you know, like Dobby and so have been specifically working on it for the last 3-4 months, doing tremendous work, and then we've got this whole rebrand. It's like, right, our direction of travel is go. We know what we want to do now. We're being ambitious. It shows the character of the team where they I'm playing in a playoff game against Trust the Process, and he's just messaged me saying good luck. How dare he? I'm going to put it on in the background just so you can see all my reactions when my worms get smashed by. But
well, yeah, and maybe so this what we just said, it sets it up for amazing growth. I think for a great, much more appealing game. And we now have Flint, which is like the biggest division.
Flint and Steel. Sorry.
Yeah, like the 10th tier, right? Yeah, it is. The perfect pyramid, you said? Like a perfect pyramid.
Yeah, 10. The 10's, you know, 10's a good number.
How many clubs is that? Like 6,000 or something?
Just over 6,000, I think. Or just over 6,100.
So there is the space for growth.
Working the space.
Which is also very well timed. Right, that like now we open this extra division with like 6,000 new clubs, so please join. But I also think there's a lot of people who are eager to just get an extra club, get their preferred location in Flint, and it's gonna soak up some supply, a bit more love for commons, for your lower commons that they can play somewhere, train somewhere. So it's a great Flint. Flint is here.
Flint. Yeah, Flint is here. I've just got 1-0 down, by the way, to an absolutely honking goal. So thank you, Trust. And he might be about to go 2-0 up. He has. I'm 2-0 down.
Just turn it off.
In 17 minutes. No, yeah, I'll turn it off. Confirm. Get it done. Early payout. Get it gone. No, I think, you know, it's worth quickly mentioning here how quickly Spark sold out, by the way. They over-minted to account for inactive licenses. Spark came out for Season 5, right? Or midway through Season 4, whatever it was, end of Season 4. In just over 2 seasons, near enough, 2 seasons, we have sold out Spark 3-0. I'm turning off. Say bloke's got a hat trick as well, I think. And I'm sorry, I lost train of thought. Yeah, how quickly Spark sold out, and I think with this rebrand, with this new era of MFL that we're talking about here, this new division of Flint allows capacity for all these new players to join. Whilst I don't think maybe having to think about what will happen next within the next couple of weeks. Also, the next big thing will be, what do we do after Flint? Will it be a length division? I still think that 10's a very nice number to end a pyramid on. That's just my personal thoughts, though. But yeah, it has 6,000 odd clubs. How long? Go on, quick question, Calva. In what season does Flint sell out in?
Well, this is connected to like how much is this new identity gonna create a big buzz or a new boom, right? I think really like I'm very optimistic. I'm very excited. So I think even Season 8, I would say.
Whoa, Season 8!
Yes.
I love that from you. I was about to suggest you think it's over or under Season 10. Or do you think it's before or after Season 10?
Maybe like end of Season 8, start Season 9.
I love that from you, Calva. I love that from you.
Imagine the network effect and how much people are now are going to be more attracted to those great looks. And then when you find out about the game, what it's all about, you're going to get sucked in. So it's going to be.
You are getting me excited, Calva. There's me thinking, maybe we're talking season 10. Maybe we took us 2 seasons. Now we'll have season 7, 8, 9, 10. Sort of maybe about 4. I've just checked the halftime score. I've reloaded the tab. I've looked back at the game. It's 5-0 at halftime. I'm 5-0 down at halftime.
You torture yourself.
I'm 5-0 down at halftime. He's had 5 shots on target and he scored all 5.
Oh, wow.
So, is everything right in the Calva household?
I hope my dad didn't fall off the scaffolding there.
Oh, yikes. You said you're having a little bit of
recording, so.
I think I've just been, a bit unlucky with the engine. He had 5 shots on target and he scored all 5. So when that happens and I'm down 5-0 in the first half, I can't really compete with that. But no, Calva, I love that from you. I think the XP, the expected passion from you right now, is off the charts. I wasn't sure if that'd be possible, but you've got me. You got me really, really hyped now. Bit turned on for the fact that your what do you say it was season 8?
End of season 8. Yeah.
End of season 8. Okay,
my super
end of season 8 is your
prediction.
I'll go by the start of season 10, end of season 9. I think,
I think you are probably more on the realistic corner, or I'm a bit on the super hyped, super optimistic corner. But both would be great.
There was one thing I found. Sorry, I want to come back to earlier. I said about how how MFL are really sensible with how they do their growth and their advertising, and they don't waste resources. They're very sensible and realistic with what they can achieve and what they can do. And I can't remember who it was now. And someone said, "How did you join?" And I was with Lucas, and Lucas was there, and said, "How did you join MFL?" And he went, "I found you through Facebook." And Lucas went, "What? We only ever did 1 round of Facebook advertising." And he was like, I was like, I can't believe you've joined from Facebook. This is unbelievable. So I know at the moment they're pushing the Instagram, obviously the Twitter. I don't have Threads or whatever it's called, so I don't know if that's how that's going.
Yeah, so it shows if they would like it, they could really turn up, the marketing a tiny bit. And it would go crazy probably, but they want steady growth. They want more community-driven growth. And we also said one of the threats is probably too fast growth. So I like that they keep it a little bit open, steady growth, keep growing like that. That's okay.
I mean, one thing I think maybe we can quickly end on before we wrap things up is obviously we've got the pack drop stream on Wednesday. Which Calva, do you want to reveal the news?
Yeah, like last time you were away, and this time I'll sadly be on holiday. So, but Laird is back, right? Laird is.
Yes, I've invited Laird back. I've said, right, you hosted my co-host, and he hopefully wasn't too bad. He wasn't too much of a menace on MFL with Laird. I said, Laird, Calva can't join. How about I invite you onto the WenDirkCast and we have a bit of fun and chaos on there? So you will be missed, Calva. I will have to fill in for the quiz, the quiz master. I will do you a solid. I will not do any typing questions because we know how temperamental it can be with that. But I think what I want to talk about off the back of that was obviously the packs coming out on Wednesday will be the new players and how we will have a slight increase in supply of packs for Wednesday as well. I don't think I've actually done the maths in my head for how much increase it is. But I know, for example, oh, lordy, I can't even find the graphic. Right. So for the player drop on Wednesday, 600 kickoff, 1,250 limited, 825 standard, and 185 rare packs, which, that's doesn't really mean anything without any context as around to what we had previously, which previously we had 100 less kickoff, 250 less limited, 175 less standard or uncommon, and 25 less rare. So if you just say reverse what I said less and add it. That's different. So we've got an extra 100 plus, so that's 200, that's 300, 550 extra packs. No, yeah, 550 extra packs. I think is the I think my maths is all right.
Just extra packs.
Yeah, 550 extra packs. If my maths tells me correct. Cool. I've a hard time adding up, folks. Hard time adding up on a Friday.
And for a very special drop with the first time.
Exactly.
The new guys, the new cards. So it's going to be super cool to open them on stream and talk about it, and flex with them. These are
and a final thing, there also might be before that pack drop stream a cheeky AMA with Mithurin as well, which would be really exciting. So a lot of content coming your way this week. Before we wrap things up, Calva, and we grab towards a hashtag, final thoughts on what we've just discussed on this episode today about the new era of MFL.
Era. Yeah, I think I already said 2 times or 3 times the same thing, like the new final thoughts, but it's just so good to have this super new, fresh look that really, I would say, builds kind of a new foundation for success, for a lot of growth, and the game itself is already amazing, and now we just have a more shiny kind of package kind of to sell it in and to promote it and to make people more excited with both the way it looks and also that it's a bit less crypto NFT and a bit more proper football gaming, and that's what they wanted to achieve, and I think they've done an amazing job at achieving their goal. So I'm very excited, and I think it's the best step forward they could have made. Wait, why is your audio gone?
Sorry, I muted myself while I was quickly typing and my mouth started moving and Cal was like, hang on, what's going on here? No, I completely agree with you there, Calvert. I think this is a massive step forward for MFL. The new branding gives it that, top tier polish. The photorealism makes the game look sort of more alive. You've got the redesigned cards, the app or the website being updated. Everything is just like leveling up, and I think it's not just a facelift though, is it? It's a signal that MFL is growing. It's aiming higher. It's being more ambitious, and like Matt said at the beginning of his speech, they want to compete with the biggest names and put themselves on that pedestal with the likes of FIFA, AFC. I'm just going to say both names there. Old Football Manager, etc. But yeah, it's bold and exciting, and honestly, I am very, very excited for the next era of MFL. It's very, very exciting. So I hope you're all excited as we are, and let us know in the comments on our socials, on our Discord server, which you can all find in the show notes below to find all those places, what your thoughts are on this new era of MFL, this announcement today, this big announcement. Let us know your thoughts. Right, folks. We are now going to give you the hashtag with episode. And if you're this far into episode and you're still listening, you are a true WenDirk loyal legend fan. And we love you so much. So thank you for tuning into this far. The hashtag of this week is hashtag new look, same passion. You could argue that there's more passion. It could be new look, more passion. But hashtag new look, same passion. And if you're really saucy, I want you to pop like a fire emoji afterwards there or something. Or like, love heart emoji. Or just something to spice up the hashtag slightly as well. So hashtag new look, same passion. I could even argue you could say no look, not talking about football passes here. New look, more passion, but just get passion in there somewhere. New look, same passion. We will see you on Wednesday for the pack drop stream, which is going to be very exciting. So make sure you're there. We've got some tremendous things to give away. Might be a club, might be a player, and might be lots of MFL. So, do you want to miss that? No. Calvert, are you still gonna get involved in the drop, even though you can't make it to the stream? That's a big question.
I might have a little sneak peek.
A little sneak peek as he rubs his hands. Sneak peek.
Maybe, but in terms of buying, well, I'm not to flex, but I have 400k MFL reward. So
I was about to say you got $400k in the bank loaded up on Dapper. I'm gonna buy out the backdrop, baby.
I mean, I'll have so many new guys coming in with that, so I don't really need it. But I'm very curious about the looks, how the guys.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely might have a little peek.
It's yeah. You have a look. You can't not. Of course, we'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look, as yes. The youth say. We'll see on the pack drop, folks. I hope you are as excited as Calvin and I are for this new era of MFL. It's going to be a great one. Let's start it with a bang on the pack drop on Wednesday. Cheers to the era of MFL. Hashtag new look, same passion. And we'll see you this time next week for another episode of the WenDirkCast. Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.